The Missing Beryls. In a minute, Mr. Holder came into the room. I was shocked by the change which had come over him. He looked very ill and tired out. "I don't know what I have done to be so tired," he said. "Only 2 days ago I was a happy man, without a trouble in the world. Now I am alone. My son is a thief, and he is in prison, and my niece Mary has left me too." "Left you?" "Yes. Her room was empty in the morning, and there was a letter for me on the hall table." He gave the letter to Holmes, and he read, "My dearest uncle, I feel that I have brought trouble on you. Why did I not act differently? I can't, with this thought in my mind, stay in your house, so I must leave you forever. Don't worry about me. I can look after myself. Please, don't look for me. In life or death, I am your loving." "What can she mean, Holder?" "I don't know, sir, but I think it's very good that she has gone. Soon your troubles will." "Have you heard something, Mr. Holmes? You have learned something. Where are the Beryls? Are you ready to pay £1,000 for each of them?" Holmes asked. "I've got 10,000 with me." "No, 3,000 will do, and I would like the money now." When Holmes got the money, he came up to his desk and took out a little piece with gold with 3 Beryls in it and put it in front of Holder. "You have it! I'm saved! I'm saved! Then it was not Arthur. Who took them? Then let us hurry to him at once and let him know the truth." "He knows it. I have told him. He didn't want to tell me, so I told him what had happened." "What is this mystery then?" "First of all, I must tell you something that will hurt you very much. Your Mary and Sir George Burnwell have run away together." "My Mary! Impossible!" "It is true. You and your son did not know the true character of the man. He is one of the most dangerous men in England, a man without heart. Mary knew nothing of such men. She believed him when he told her that he loved her. The devil knows what he told her, but she followed all his orders. They met every evening." "I cannot believe you. I will not believe it," cried the banker. His face was pale. "I will tell you what happened in your house that night. When you went to bed, Mary came to the hall. She opened the big window and talked to Sir George Burnwell, who was outside. I saw his deep footmarks in the snow, and I am sure he was there for a long time. She told him about the coronet. He orders her to steal the coronet. Your son Arthur didn't sleep well that night because of his quarrel with you. Then, in the middle of the night, he heard someone go quietly in the corridor. He looked out and saw Mary going into your dressing room. He waited in the dark, watching. When Mary came out of the room, the coronet in her hands, he could hardly believe his eyes. He followed her quietly. She went downstairs, opened the window, and gave the coronet to someone outside. Then she closed the window and ran back to her room. At that moment, your son was hiding behind the curtain. He loved Mary, and he could do no harm to her. But when she left, he opened the window and jumped into the snow, where he could see a figure of a man in the moonlight. It was Sir George Burnwell. He tried to get away, but Arthur caught him, and there was a fight between them. Suddenly, the coronet broke, and Arthur had it in his hands. He ran back, closed the window, and went to your dressing room. He was going to put the coronet back into your desk when you found him there." "Is it possible?" asked Mr. Holder. "You made him angry. You called him bad names. When he saved the coronet, and he decided not to tell you the truth." "So that's why Mary went white and fell down on the floor when she saw the coronet. What a fool I am. When Arthur asked to go out in the garden for 5 minutes, he wanted to go and find the missing piece of it." Holmes said, "When I arrived at the house, I at once went into the garden. I watched the footprints in the snow. I saw Arthur's footmarks without shoes on. I saw the place where they had a fight, so I knew I was right. Sir George Burnwell's footmark went to the end of the lane." "How did you find out that it was Sir George?" "You told me that you did not have many visitors in your house. I remembered only Sir George. I knew his name. I knew enough of him, so at night I went to his house as a beggar and asked his servant for some old clothes. What a luck! He gave me some shoes. They were wet, and told me that his master had thrown them out that day. Then I took the shoes to your house and found they were the same size as the footmarks in the snow. I saw a beggar in my garden yesterday evening, said Mr. Holder. It was me. I found that I had my man, so I came home and changed my clothes. Now I had to get the Beryls back from him. At first, he didn't want to listen to me, but when he saw that I knew everything, he took up a heavy stick and wanted to have a fight with me. I pointed my pistol at him and told that I could give him a lot of money for the Beryl. That's how I got them back. I visited your son in the prison and at last got to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. A really hard day's work. A day which has saved England from a great public shame, said the banker, and he rose from his chair. Sir, I can't find the words to thank you. You are a greater detective than people have told me. I must go at once to my dear son. As for Mary, I'm really sorry for her, but even you cannot tell me where she is now. I think that we may say, said Holmes, that she is with Sir George Burnwell, and that, poor girl, is her punishment.